All right. Well, greetings, everyone. Welcome to technically part. I've lost count already of the Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough. But yeah, today we're actually starting with the actual combined version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This is what happens when you have the lock-on technology to it. So,
yeah, you get this cutscene and everything.
Yeah, because this animation quality was totally a thing all the way back in 1994.
Yeah, they definitely wasn't hard for them to pull this shit that looked terrible off on the CD, let alone the Genesis. Have you seen the Sonic CD opening on the original Sonic CD?
Oh, on the original CD, I have.
They put it in this tiny little box. The animation is in the tiny box.
Yeah.
And it's very the lower frame rate kind of makes the some of the animation look better than it is. Particularly the zoom out shot of Little Planet. But yeah.
Wasn't that the animation done by the people who did Dragon Ball?
I have no idea. It looks good though.
Animation?
Yeah.
You forget what the start button was there for a bit?
I guess so. But yeah, I am playing the Sonic 3 and Knuckles portion off the Sonic Origins collection, which is a surprising 5 gigabytes on Steam, I think, right? Because of that.
Really?
Because of the intro hub, right?
Yeah, all those 5 gigabytes are the title screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say these games are how small are Genesis cartridges? They're only in the hundreds, megabyte wise. It was a big deal when I think the PlayStation 1 had 700 megabytes on its first discs, I think. Let me check.
Something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could only fit 660 megabytes on a CD-ROM for the original PlayStation.
Wow.
As a Genesis owner, I should probably know the Genesis cartridge game size limit.
No, you shouldn't.
But yeah, I remember back when this game, the Origins collection came out, there's a whole thing about the game crashing on the hub menu because the PCs couldn't take it or something.
Really?
Something about that. I'm not really entirely sure. I just remember someone was talking about it. I just remember some people were reporting that their game kept crashing on the intro hub because it couldn't fucking run the intro.
That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, good job, Sonic team. Good job.
Optimization.
Good.
I figured it out.
Didn't people also when people were going through the game files of Origins, didn't they find files for Sonic Frontiers on it or something?
They did.
That sounds about right.
Average Sonic team moment. Yeah.
So the size of the Genesis cartridge, max size, is 40 megs. So at most, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, 2 cartridge game. Unless the and Knuckles cartridge is a bigger size, it's 80 megs.
Wow.
Yeah. Sonic CD's bigger, so maybe that's probably part of the Origins file size, plus all the animations and stuff.
Maybe. I would assume it'd only be a very insignificant amount. But it's all the 3D renderings of the intro hub. I would think that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely models and also the music library and stuff.
Oh yeah, all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because wasn't there an update where they added a bunch of other really old Sonic games?
Yeah.
But also, these are not the original games. These are primarily the Christian Whitehead versions,
the phone
right?
ports of them.
Yeah, they're the Christian Whitehead mobile ports, except for Sonic 3, which never got one. Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
I'm not exactly sure how this one was emulated.
I'm pretty sure it actually is very similar to the 360's emulation for the game.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is really weird. Because what we did for the Sonic playthrough of this game was like I played them separately. So I had the 360 live arcade versions of these games, and I recorded that, and then I did Origins with the Knuckles playthrough. So yeah. So the versions that are on the 360 live arcade are like, that they have the good music on.
They have the Michael Jackson stuff.
Yeah, they do. But I don't really understand the reasoning behind it because like the Sonic 3 didn't get ported as much as Sonic 1 and 2.
Copyright reasons with the music. That's the primary reason.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
They had huge issues because there's a ton of traces, despite them being like. So after Michael Jackson had allegations, they distanced themselves from the project. But there's a lot of remnants of his collaborators and his own later music in the game, that like stuff that wasn't released yet. I think Knuckles' theme in the original version is literally the drum beat, is the straight drum beat from Blood on the Dance Floor.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and Ice Cap is something from Brad Boxter's, or Boxter, I don't remember how you say his name, but his music later on as well. So a lot of his collaborators' music still has traces in the soundtrack, but it's stuff that didn't release until later. But yeah, there's still a lot of, even with the changes, they really only changed the stuff that had copyright argument about it, that they fought over. But there's still a lot of Michael Jackson's influence in the sound, even without those songs. I feel like Studiopolis, or not Studiopolis, Hydro City, Hydrocity. If you want to say it like Megamind.
Which do you say?
I'm not Megamind, so I say Hydro City. Metrocity! I'm a nerd about the music in these games. It's really good.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like the 360 like ports were like the only other time I believe maybe some of the Mega Collections had them as well, like the game.
The Mega Collection had original music. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
and I believe the Steam port of the game.
Yeah.
Which is not available anymore because they delisted all of the all of the individual games after Origins.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Origins costs more than all of them combined by a decent amount.
Yeah, which well, you're getting a whole package. You get a music library and 16 Game Gear games and all that stuff.
Oh my god, I have a music library of the wrong music for one of the games. They made changing between music for CD really annoying at launch, if I remember too.
I don't really remember. I don't really play CD specifically a whole lot.
CD is rough. Also, I'm pretty sure that this sequence got significantly harder. This particular little sequence is way harder on Genesis. They made it way shorter. Actually, it might not be. It felt way longer than it was on the... maybe it was... The wall came at you faster, but it felt significantly harder when I replayed this on the Genesis earlier this last month.
There are some differences between the Sonic and Knuckles playthrough. Well, like the Sonic playthrough and the Knuckles playthrough. I should say it like that, so it's not to get confused with the game title. Already are.
Thank you, Sega, for awesome naming conventions.
Yeah, I mean, they're not as bad as Microsoft with their consoles.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, there's minute like level design differences when you're playing the campaign as Sonic and then a campaign with Knuckles. So that one was a different one, and also there's like some minute changes like between when you're playing the games separate from each other and then when you combine them. So just ever so slight differences. It's a really weird thing.
Yeah, I think it's harder when you combine Sonic. It might be harder when you combine the games. But But it felt like that wall was way faster than it is on when I've played it on Origins. But also, when I played them on Origins, I think I played them together.
Well, there's no way to play them separate on Origin.
Yeah.
That's why we had.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's why we had to break out ye old 360 for the individual playthroughs.
I mean, the game is like
use mods.
The game is like objectively better with both of them together, but
that's also true. Yeah.
Yeah. They probably figured most people wouldn't be missing out on much, because the slight differences are more a logistical thing, but the experience is better with them together. It's almost like it was supposed to be one game.
That's crazy.
I know, right? Man, stupid McDonald's.
It's almost like Sega was rushing their team to get it out. And they still somehow made one of the best platformers ever made.
As we know, Sonic Team is a company that never rushes its developers just to push out a game so it can make the.
It's not like they've been doing that since the start of Sonic or Sonic Team.
Literally every Sonic game has been rushed, even the old ones.
I know, man.
Imagine if Sonic Team had the length of time to work on a project of like Studio Eco or something. Oh my god. You remember? Did you ever play any Eco games like Shadow of the Colossus? Is them, right?
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah. Also, the last Guardian.
Yeah.
And Eco.
I have not played any of their games.
I played a little bit of Shadow of the Colossus, but it was one of like the remade ones for like the newer PlayStations.
It's so good. It aged so gracefully. Like it looks fantastic compared to a lot of modern games. Good channel playthrough in the future, maybe.
4 years from now.
400 years from now.
Yeah, literally. 2048.
2048. Yeah. I'm
sure the game box will still be active in 24 years.
Oh, I hope it's going to be active.
YouTube will still exist.
I hope it's going to be active in 2025. Yeah, I have yet to make a public announcement about it, but like after this game, this channel's taking a break because I personally in my life right now cannot handle the daily upload schedule. It's just way too much for me right now. Yeah, I'm hoping to at least do 2 games for next year, and they should be like relatively short. I mean like maybe 15 episodes. But
why do you even do daily uploads?
No Skyward Swords.
Because I thought that was gonna be like the best format for the channel. And like alternating games between days as well, just so we could like encourage ourselves to like keep making content. And this was also at a time where the whole world was shut down, and we thought, "Oh, nothing. We ain't ever recovering from this, right? we're gonna be locked in our homes until the day we die, because it's never going away." It eventually did go away.
Actually, but whatever.
Well, it's gone away now for the most part.
Not really. People are still getting it.
Well, I know
people
don't care anymore. Yeah. Yeah, we don't care anymore, and part of me wishes we never cared in the first place, but at the same time. Content.
Then you wouldn't be able to know life video games all day.
I mean, yeah, that's I miss certain. I'm not trying to like freaking romanticize the fucking pandemic, but there's just like a few memories that only could have been made during that time, and I sometimes miss those.
I was working during the pandemic.
Well, that's because you work for Jeff Bezos.
fact, I got my job during the pandemic.
Hey! You can't talk about being employed there too much without company approval, or you'll get fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're going to be watching this video.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I will send it to Mr. Bezos personally.
Quick reminder, Bezos ain't in control of Amazon anymore. He gave it away a while ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
But my dick is extremely hard right now.
Get out!
Now it's in control of his puppets, his minions.
That's
like Joe Rogan.
I'd like to point out the glitch that's happening right now. The rumble's still falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Even though the sequence where the driller is drilling is done.
Chicken little ass textures, bro.
Yeah.
The sky is full.
I think it still does that to this day. I don't think they ever fixed that.
I don't know. This might be my least favorite zone in Sonic 3.
Oh, really?
Out of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I don't know, but out of Sonic 3 it might be. I just never, it's usually if I'm playing through it and I will get to this and I'll be like, fuck this, I don't want to play this, I'll play this later. Because
so like
Hydro City is my favorite in Sonic 3 as well. So this does not hold up to Hydro City for me.
Gotcha. So this is the Marble Zone effect for you.
Yeah, but this is a well-designed level. I hate the tops. These are stupid. They're confusing, even though I've been playing this game for fucking,
yeah,
a lot. I've played this many times.
Yeah,
but it's like that top is annoying.
I can see it. Yeah, they sort of brought those back in Sonic Generations for their classic Sky Sanctuary, kind of. They don't do the same thing as they do here. But it's inspiration at the very least.
Oh, that ball is the worst too. I don't know. This one I hated the spike enemies and the little totem guys in the wall. I hate them. Oh, because they catch me off guard every time, and I think that's probably my biggest pet peeve with Sonic game design in the classic games, because they will just put stuff off screen to fuck with you that you will barrel into without any warning. Drives me nuts.
Reckless abandon.
Right. It's like, why the hell would they put the spike barrier here? It's supposed to be an obstacle.
or if your dick is just a bottomless pit when you're least expected.
This game, dude. I still get caught up by the ones in, I think it's Green Hill Act 2, in Sonic 1, where it's those moving up and down platforms, and if you fall between them, it's just a bottomless pit.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was very rough design. I do remember falling in those as well. Yeah, I think that's Act 2, yeah.
I think that's the only thing bad about Green Hill in the first game, which is funny because I have there's a lot wrong with that game.
Oh, really? Who would have known?
Yeah.
I'm glad the first game's the only game that has problems in it. Oh.
Hold on. I just talked to Gerald Robotnik in Shadow Generations. I think Shadow's just gonna go to Chaos Island at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, in a game.
Yeah, very fascinating.
I'm tired.
Oh, wow. Oh my god, what the fuck?
W.
That is very unexpected. I did not know that.
They're in the same place in every
triple.
game.
For the record, I do not know any of the because that's the idea with the random power ups at the end. It's there's certain spots on the ground that the Sonic can hit, and you get power up like that. I never know where they are, but that was just extremely lucky on my end.
Yeah, I think they're always in the same location.
Cool.
No matter the level, they're in the same spot.
They're always in the same, and no matter what like playthrough you boot it up as, it's always set.
Yeah, it's scripted. It's not random.
Well, I've never really like taken the time out of my way to actually find those spots.
You do the pixel measurements.
Back when I was little, I always thought that was like a score requirement thing because you get 100 points every time you bounce it around. I thought that's how that worked, but no. Somebody humbled me on that. I don't know who, but
I just did.
Gaming.